Chú cái này cháu không vắt vào nữa chú. So here's some of the rubble. I'm gonna bring it over here. Quite a bit. Got Tao filming at the moment. So after this, I believe I'm gonna give Tao's dad a massage. So hopefully he's gonna accept it, and it'll be such an honour if I can massage his dad and help his father out. Do you want to film your dad a bit?
A big boss at the company.
Big boss of the company.
Small boss at home.
Welcome. I'm the avatar known as Tao Chi Kai, and today we are in Vietnam. I'm at Tao, who has been helping me in Vietnam, taking me around these various places to, introduce to you different therapies in Vietnam. Today I'm very honoured to help her father out with his body, and I hope you enjoy what you're watching. This is an unintentional ASMR video. Please subscribe and hit the notification bell if you would like more videos like this. Let's do this. Come Tao. This is Tao's father. So this is Tao's father. He's 67 years old. Yeah. Yeah. So from what I've heard, Tao's father was pretty stressed out recently, the last few months. His body is tired, but the main thing I really want to help him with today is to help him with his stress, psychological stress. So Tao, would you film your father's face for me? I also want to show the audience. If you come around this side here, maybe film his father's face. So if you look now, you see his eyes. Even though his eyes are closed, to me it looks like he's forcing his eyes closed. You can see the lines on the brows here, which means at the moment he's finding it hard to close his eyes, having to force to close his eyes. This gives me an inkling or a feeling that I know that he's stressed. Yeah. And what I'm doing now, I'm just going to just help to get him to relax. There we go. As I'm holding down in these points here, I'm watching and feeling how he's breathing. And these points here that I'm pushing down is because right now his shoulders are shrugged up. I'm pushing these points just to kind of remind him that everything's fine and he could just let go. I don't know if you guys can notice, if you look very carefully here, you'll see a pulse. You see the pulse? Yeah, that's a sign there that there's some kind of pressure. Tao's father doesn't speak English, so I shall be speaking Vietnamese to him. And maybe I could put some subtitles at the bottom of the video. So for the viewers at home, if you want to help your family members, your mother, your father, someone who's a bit elderly, what I recommend is get them to lie down, ask them to close their eyes, and really watch how they're breathing. If you feel that somewhere is tense, you just apply some pressure where there is some tenseness and just hold. And as their body naturally breathes, this coming of the breath, this ebb and flow, coming and going, with each breath in, the body expands. And as the breath escapes, so shall some of this tension. Okay, good. just helping him just to let go of his shoulders a bit. Then Tao, if you notice now, his head is now turning. If you come up here with me. Yeah, come up here, I'll show you what I'm doing. I really want the viewers to learn how we're helping people here. If you come up here with me, Tao, yeah, stand up here and you see like an angle of what I see. I'm holding onto his palms, I'm holding quite, there's a lot of pressure where I'm holding on his palms, you see this? Relieving some of the tension going up the arms, but at the same time I'm slowly lifting up the shoulders, left, right. And you will notice here that Tao's father, right now his body wants to look this way. Can you see? He's not looking straightwards. I've noticed this pulse now is a bit less. It's a bit less now. As I'm doing this now, I can really visualize his spine. So I rock the sacrum. Holding the glutes. At the bottom here, look, the glutes down here. I'm rocking his sacrum. Make sure, as someone who's helping another, that you feel comfortable. You see the position I'm in? I have integrity. Make sure you have integrity when you want to help someone. Help them with love, compassion, and integrity. Just slowly get him to relax his sacrum. That's him. So I'd like to, viewers, please give a thumbs up for Tao for filming, because I know it's very hard to film. It's very hard. Holding on to getting really low down here. At the moment, his leg wants to be here. I'm always trying to find the position that the body wants to be in. So right now we're having them lying supine or on their back. I'm constantly trying to find the position that their body wants to be in. So I've raised it up here because right now his body wants to be like this. I'm going to support that. Good. Now I'm going to really move up towards the head. You see his head now is pointing this way? Hey, come this way, Tao. Just gently come around and show the viewers. Got my fingers underneath his traps, pulling along. You guys can't see it, but right now, got my fingers on his traps, and I'm pulling his traps up. I'm gonna hold. I've got my fingers on either side of the spine, holding onto the traps. And as Tao's dad breathes, slowly, I'm gonna allow some of his tension to go. Good. Then Tao, please, can you gently, there we go, now I'm able to get the head to be a bit more relaxed, to look straight. But Tao, can you slowly move towards your dad's stomach? I want to show the viewers to be observant. If you look very carefully, look how his belly rises as the breath comes and goes. Can you notice there's a slight quivering? There's a slight quivering, can you see it? It goes up and there, then it drops. Up, then you see this? I'm always noticing this. It means that the breath at the moment is still hampered. Okay, we're turning back up here, Tao, gently. Still got my fingers on his traps, in between the spine, and now I'm starting to really palpate, rub into these muscles. Holding the traps, just holding. He's pretty stressed out. He's a 57-year-old man, and as we get older, our body becomes much more tighter. Our capacity to breathe becomes less, and what happens? The internal pressure within the body becomes weaker. When you are first born, your internal pressure is greater than outside pressure. Do you know why? This is life. Mothers and fathers of newborn babies will know this. When a newborn baby enters the world, when it wants to go toilet, at number 1 and number 2, you will see it being expelled out the body very fast. That gives you an impression of how great the internal pressure of the body is. But as we get older, our ability to breathe becomes less, so internal pressure becomes less. Okay, going towards the neck now. Really getting my fingers in here. Being gentle, being firm. Nice circular movements. Circular movements. Just moving up and down the neck. And every now and then I will notice a knot and I'll just leave pressure on it. Look at the pulse on his neck. You see? Holding onto the base and just gently pulling. Just still working on the neck at the moment. There's a lot of emphasis at the moment with Tao's father's neck and his shoulders, because that's a lot of stress gets held here. We hold a lot of tension on our shoulders. It's almost like we're holding the weight of the world on our shoulders. And here I am, just helping him just to let go of some of his baggage. Let me get myself in a better position. So make sure you're very comfortable when you're helping someone. So I would like to remind Tao, who's filming, make sure you're comfortable. If you're comfortable, the camera will shake less. And also just make sure that you're allowing the breath to come and go. If you hold onto the breath, that's when your body starts shaking. So when I'm helping people, I'm very intuitive. Let's put some of this liniment. This is going to help to cool the area we're working in. You'll notice that when I'm in London, when it's colder climate, I'll use tiger balm, a balm. Balm can help to be cooling but also heating. Now that we're in a hot climate, I'm using liniment because it helps to cool. The body is already hot. It helps to cool it down. Got my fingers on either way of the spine and just pulling up. Going lower now, down towards the thoracic, just holding. Always giving the time, giving the person some time, just to let them settle further. Allowing the breath just to come and go. Look, I've managed to separate the neck from the shoulders. There. Just gently. Oh, did you hear that? Just then your dad took a nice breath in. These muscles are starting to feel a bit more relaxed now. So I'm going a bit deeper now. Going to go a bit more pressure. So remember, always circular motions, circular motions. Be gentle, be firm, have integrity, have compassion. show a bit of love. That's all we need. That's all we need. Allowing the person just to let go. Let go. See, Tao's father doesn't understand what I'm saying, but I promise you he can feel what I'm saying. I can feel tension in these certain areas. I'm just going to push on it and then just do circular motions. I'm going to turn to the other side. That's it. Now I'm working more, concentrating on the other side now. Just got my fingers on the traps again. Just gently applying pressure and slowly moving this energy upwards. When we say energy, we mean tension, or releasing the tension upwards. Holding onto the whole area and just giving it a shake. There's tension here. Circular motions. Giving the neck a stretch again. There. Slowly separate the neck and again, once again. Holding the whole, the scalp, the head, and just gently pulling. Pulling on the whole of the spine. Stretching the whole of the spine from the neck down. Okay, Tao, please show them your father's belly now. Notice how it's breathing now. It's changed. There, you see, it's a bit more deeper now. Watch, it's more of a rise. There, it's made a correction on the right side, right at 60 point. Free that neck from the head. Just holding on to the traps again. Just repeating the same process until we get more space, more expansion. I'm just repeating the process to create more space, more expansion, more relaxation. Stretch the head the other way, just to stretch the back, stretching the cervical spine. I'm just going to hold for a bit. See, we're pulling here and we're stretching in front here and some traction here in the back neck. Just holding it, allowing Tao's father just breathe into this. Because whenever we're stretching up here in the neck, we're also stretching lower down towards the sacrum and the sacroiliac. There. Aye. I've got my hands almost like it's a crown or a helmet. There's pressure on the fingertips, pressure on the thumbs, sending pulses of energy, pulses of intention, just to allow Tao's father just to let go, just to let go. Fingers on the temples, thumbs on the crown. Got my index finger right here by the earlobes. Sending pulses down the whole of the spine. The thing that most people find therapeutic is if you do repetitive motions like this, and their psychology or their attention starts to trance out. So I'm creating a rhythm here, and this rhythm that you're seeing is actually a combination of my rhythm, my momentum, but working with Tao's father's breath. I'm using Tao's father's breath as a mediator, as a backdrop, and the intention that I have of sending in these pulses, this is coming from my heart, coming from my integrity. Sending pulses in. So each person that I help, I'm very intuitive, everything, it's always different, you know, because in life, everything is forever changing. If I stick just to one routine, it might not be suiting everyone. It might not suit the climate I'm in. It might not suit the environment I'm in. So all the time, just being very intuitive, going with the flow. But always using the person you're trying to help, and using their breath as a guide. Okay, I'm going to hold on to the arm here. I'm going to give him a little shake. Yeah, Tao Chi, can you pull out silent?
Ba con đang bận xíu, tầm 15 phút nữa ba con ra nha chú.
Okay. So I've got the whole arm. There's a lot of energy here, so I'm going to allow it to go downwards. I'm going to hold on and just start to shake it off. Shake off the baggage. Holding on the tricep, biceps, and then I'm going to lift the whole shoulder up and help it down. Lift the shoulder up, help it down. You will find that when someone's really tense, you pull it up, if you let go, they'll still keep it up. If they do that, then you kind of help it down. And if you can repeat this motion, eventually they're going to just let go. A lot of tension that you have in your body, I promise you, is psychological. Unless you've had an accident or an external force. Yeah, a lot of times in your body, if you have tension or stress, it's psychological. If it isn't, it would be from someone maybe hitting you or you had an accident. But most of the time, it is psychological. Hold on to the scaps. There we go. I've got the scapula there and I'm holding onto the traps from this angle. Just giving Tao's father some time to breathe into this. There's pressure points here. See, the weight of his shoulders is pushing down on this point that I'm holding. I'm trying to use as least energy as possible. I'm always trying to conserve energy, because me helping people like this can be very tiring if I do not have my own integrity. You'll find this in life. If you give too much, it's not good. It should always be a give and take. And the way you find this give and take is if you can find your center, if you can be centered. If you can be centered, then you have integrity. You give and take fairly. So when I'm working like this, I'm making sure that I'm being very balanced, very equal with the amount of energy I give. Remember this bong, just very heavy. I'm simulating Tao's father, maybe lifting up a hammer or a shovel or something, just simulating it. Tricking him to let go. And look, it's become much more softer now. Fingers underneath between the scapula and the traps again. Now I'm going to start adding circular motions into this shoulder joint. Holding onto the teres major minor here. Other fingers on the traps underneath the scap, and then just going to rotate the whole thing. But you don't have to be that specific. Just hold. If you get a good grip, you can help to move the whole shoulder. See, look, he can lift higher now and go lower. You see, higher and lower. Give that a little break. And that means now this area of this neck is going to be even more loose, more relaxed. If you're predominantly right, you'll find that your neck will start pulling towards the right side. It will pull from this point here towards the shoulder. But I've managed to trick his ego just to let go of that right shoulder. Now it's giving me a little window to really work on these muscles here around the neck. But remember, it's not just muscle that we're working with here. It's the whole being. The whole being. Because if you think about it, whatever action you do, it takes the whole body. It's not just the shoulder. I like to describe it as using your body as one hand, as one piece. If you start isolating your movements, you'll get problems. So for those of you who work sitting at desks, you'll find that you're isolating your movements. There, separate the shoulders a bit more. Patting on the spine, but now I'm doing these kind of like vertical movements right directly on the spine. It's vertically circular movements across the spine. Same time pulling, separating the traps, stretching them out. And then big circular movements across the spine. There. Once again, hold on to the scap of the head and just gently pulling on the whole spine. Okay, Tao, I'm going to go to the other side now and work on the other shoulder.